It's been a few days since... Still no news about Rarer, though. Where could he have slunk off to? If only he was gone for good.
Hello! You must be the traveler and Mr. Flynn has been looking for you. Unfortunately...
The Wild Hunt? Oh, uh-oh, come on, let's go!
Sense any Kuvaki at all. This
looks like his appetite truly is insatiable. As if the power of that energy cannon wasn't enough.
He's not seriously still getting everyone's here already. Hey!
We've all been on high alert since we split up a few days back, expecting Rarir to strike again. But it's like he just vanished into thin air. No one has seen him nor found any trace of his presence. That is, until this morning, when a Ratnik found signs of Wild Hunt activity.
And we're sure who else? He's the only one who could pull off a stunt like this.
Kuvaki loss has reached critical levels. Reiki of Solnari set to maximum threat level. Warning, unless de-escalation measures are taken soon.
Traveler, do you remember when we encountered Rarir just after regaining his body? There wasn't a shred of sanity left. Nothing but
Yeah! Didn't he shout out a bunch of names? Then he started raving about how nothing in this world mattered to him. Oh, Paimon gets chills just thinking about...
Last time we fought, we were already at a disadvantage. If he has such overwhelming strength, why would he suddenly go into...
Yeah, if I were him and I wanted more Kuvak... Unless something went wrong. His whole resurrection thing didn't exactly go smooth.
The other thing is... how does someone who's completely lost their mind still have the wherewithal to cover their tracks so...
Beats me.
According to certain medical studies, insanity does not always entail a complete loss of rationality. It may be that he is simply living in a world of his own.
That actually sounds about right.
There are many unanswered questions here. Besides his name and title, we know little about him.
Exactly. And we wouldn't even know where to begin looking. Even Boss hadn't heard of the Rahir. I'd be willing to bet that even if we gathered together every scrap of intel in Nodcry, we still... So, if we do nothing, he'll just keep getting stronger. Last time we had Marionette... Oh, Paimon's...
Well, I do have a little hunch about his next move. Given that he attacked the quarry, I'd say it's likely he'll target other places rich in Kuvaki. Somewhere like the Eye of Krati, or the Pillar of Embla. One thing's for sure. If we just sit back and let him keep absorbing Kuvaki, we really...
A perfectly reasonable hypothesis. However, it is worth noting that these two locations...
I agree, we should split up. Right now, Rarir's goal seems to be gathering Kuvaki, not fighting us directly. Once we're done, let's regroup.
Wait, why
If I recall correctly, your largest...
That's right. Yes, it could well be a potential...
Splitting up's always gonna be risky, but I guess we don't... And if we do run in... That's when you follow the third rule of treasure hunting. Didn't you say the third...
Agreed. If anyone finds so much as a trace of Rarir, Do not pursue.
All right, we'd better get moving. Come on, Anetha, let's go!
Any leads?
Nope. Diddly squat. No clues to where he might be hiding. It's like he's a ghost. It feels like we're sitting on a powder keg that could go off at any second. Ugh, I hate this feeling. I'd rather face him head on than be left hanging like...
So, you guys didn't find any...
Not loving the word
I questioned a few Ratniki and eventually narrowed my investigation down to one suspicious individual. But by the time I got to his place, he was already gone, almost as if he knew someone was on to him. Either that, or he's just extremely cautious and doesn't stay in one place for long.
He's been biding his time for a while now. The question is...
No idea. Since regaining his body, he seems to have lost all interest in the fragment in my possession. If he did still want it, he's had plenty of chances to take it.
all we can do now is hope that I know... Wait, he's actually here?
No. Silver Moon Hall. The Lady Kutar might be in danger.
Let's get over there! Quick! Why is he attacking the damselette? What's going on?
No time for questions. Stop him!
This is insane.
Yehuda, get Kutar out of here!
On it.
Look where your feeble light has gotten you. Now, you shall plunge into darkness. Felindus, soon, I will find a way.
Watch out!
barely made it out of there alive. What's that guy's deal? How'd he get so crazy strong?
He's a threat to this entire nation. I doubt his strength could even be measured by convention.
I have a question. When me and Anefa showed up, we saw him chasing after this lady like he wanted. We weren't there for the whole.
Yeah, we didn't see how it all started.
Kutar, can you shed any light on
Kutar. Cross-checking database.
Wait, she.
There are many reasons why people might worship. I've never met that person before. Why he holds me in such contempt, I cannot say.
Kutar?
There are many potential motives. It is also possible that he covets the Kuv, but right now, devise
A counter strategy? But we don't stand a chance against an enemy like this. Surely our only option is to run. He's not gonna chase us to the end of the world, right? So as long as we can sneak out of Nodcrown. No, I can't say that. Come.
Running is our only option.
Huh?
You seem surprised. But what other...
Well,
It's not too late. I can distract him, so you have plenty of time to...
Wait, what? You're gonna act.
Doesn't that make sense? A coyote doesn't stop for bypass. What is it, love? The Frost Moon Scions have already grown accustomed to life without their goddess.
We can't just roll over and let him get.
yeah. Besides, she pretty much saved my life back there. If I just ditched her now, I'd never forgive myself.
We can't overlook that you have saved our lives multiple times now.
Riri's true objective remains unclear. Even if we were to sacrifice Miss Kutar, there's no guarantee he would stop.
But
Kutar, I know why they would make self-centered wishes. Force you. If it were me, I might have walked away too. But I believe that time can change everything. After much any relationship based on need is pure. You were born here.
thank you, Lauma. But my power is on the wane. Very well then.
Both times you saved us, we were transported across...
It is. But I find it very draining. Rejected by the world. My power is dwindling.
What do you mean, reject?
The 3 moons belong to the ancient bygone era. The 3 moons are not one and the same as the goddess. Yet moonlight has a way of... But this method of recovery is painfully slow.
It's the Wild Hunt!
Even faster than we expected. We'll have to finish this.
See how those Wild Hunt creatures are running away from us. They're likely just a scouting party. Which means Rerir won't be far behind.
Then what are we waiting for?
Observe. Close your eyes.
Wingdang Waterbot!
With one heart, we fall.
Annihilation mode.
Oh, they just keep coming! This is driving me nuts!
Rerir's closing in on us. We need to pick up the pace.
There's too many of them! And this time, we can't fall back on Kutar's help to escape. This goes on much longer.
The launch speaks beckons. Close your eyes.
You're blocked! Wingdang Waterbot!
With one heart, we pray.
Annihilation mode. Defensive mode engaged.
Ratchet Dad! You're blocked!
Beware creatures of the night. Silent.
Ultimatum protocol. Installation chamber deployed.
Wingdang
For the everlasting forest, receive my blessing.
Annihilation mode. Defensive mode.
The launch speaks beckons. Close your eyes. To dust. Be silent. Observe. To dust. Feel the dark.
What's the matter? Bit off more than you could chew?
Uncle Varka! You're back from Amsvartnir? Whoa! You're Varka? Grand Master of the Night?
We could save the intros for later. Right now, let's get you...
Oh,
That's the one. Come on, move! There's no time to waste.
Wow!
Well, that goes without saying. This is the Knights of Favonius' meeting place in Nodcry, and a contact hub for the Northern, aka the Black Market of Intel. No matter what faction has an expeditionary force on foreign soil, working with it. Anyway, where were we? Folks from Nodcry should be pretty familiar with me by now. But I believe this is the first. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Varka.
You look way younger than Paimon.
Well, I'm no spring chicken. Just definitely feeling some of that back pain today, though. Rushed back from Amsvartnir without a wing. Yep, he wasn't nearly as strong back then, but he was still a formidable foe. My squad took heavy injuries, and I barely made it out alive myself. We knew it might have been our last chance, so we staked everything on it. But still, it was. I tried tracking him down afterwards, but he didn't leave a trace. Even in his unhinged mental state, he's as cautious as... So, I decided to come find you. And as luck would have it, turned up to find you being ambushed by the...
Is that why he's been frantically...
Maybe I'm part of the equation, but even...
Note to self. Uncle...
Guess it's my turn to ask questions now. So...
That's a long story, but I'll try to make it quick.
Wow, I had no idea so much had happened. Sounds like you guys have really been through it. So, the Kutar is actually a Fatui Harbinger. And all this wild hunt activity... that's a lot to take in.
I'm truly so... You stood with us against the wild...
You've got nothing to apologize for, Miss Moonchanter. You can plan 100 steps ahead and still slip up. That's just life. No one knows what tomorrow holds. You can't predict which way the wind will blow next. And, to be perfectly honest, I can't say I'm surprised. For all the times we've defeated the Wild Hunt in the past, we've never been able to completely wipe it out. Turns out, we were just delaying the inevitable. But now that a new variable has come into play...
A new variable?
Who else? And in a strange way, I think his resurgence might not be an entirely bad thing. The Wild Hunt is like an unrelenting force of nature, but Rerir is an individual with an agenda. He's gotta have a weak spot somewhere. That said, while Aino was explaining everything...
You mean about our mystery ally?
That's right. From what you've said, not only did they lead you straight to some key files, I don't know who or what could pull something like that off.
I hadn't heard the story about those files. Would you mind repeating their titles for me?
Wild Hunt Phenomena Log. A Nodcryan Ratnik's field journal.
Oh.
Another dead end. Guess all we can do now is hope that our mystery ally keeps showing up when we most need them. Still, it's safest to assume they won't be intervening again. From here on out, we'll have to resolve this crisis by ourselves. Your intel also explains something else I've been wondering about. The reason I led my team to Amsvartnir was because we'd had reports about a possible source of the Wild Hunt showing up there. But once we looked into it, it turned out to be a red herring. I don't know who was behind it, but clearly, it served its purpose. I doubt it's by chance that he happened to make his comeback while my attention was diverted. And from everything you told me, it sounds like his scheming began... But is it even possible that he orchestrated all of this by himself? The Moon Maiden and the Raker of Solnari. Nodcry of all places. The way everything is unfolding, it can't be a coincidence.
So...
Right now, we've got at least 3 things to consider. Let's go through them one by one. First, we need to figure out how to take down Rerir. If we can't beat him in a straight-up fight, the rest won't even matter. To my knowledge, the bulk of Nodcry's fighting force is already gathered here. But even with everyone united...
What if there was a way to tap into a new power?
How so?
Have you thought of something, Columbina?
3 moons once watched over this world. The Eternal Moon was the largest. The Frost Moon was the brightest. They say that back then, that I now bear the Frost Moon's power. And the...
Hold on. Are you suggesting...
The iridescent moon.
That's right. If we can find the iridescent moon's marrow, I will be able to regain my strength much more quickly.
The 3 moons are said to stir the top...
According to my analysis, the solution is feasible. However, it is subject to one major condition.
I know a way, but... we will need to visit the Fatui's Experimental Design Bureau.
The experimental...
Yes.
It's a long way from here to the Experimental Design Bureau. There's a high chance you'll be spotted. You shouldn't...
Then that's settled. Next up, our second priority. Somehow, we need to figure out Rarir's end goal. As you saw for yourselves, when he was still in his wild hunt form, everything he... People's obsessions often reveal their greatest vulnerabilities. There must be a reason why he despises the moon so deeply. The Wild Hunt has plagued Nodcry for centuries now. If we want to stop it for good, we have to get to the root cause of what's driving it.
It's true. We still... If Kuthar hadn't given us that...
But where would we even start? I doubt even the Intel Queen of...
Oh? That's a rather hasty conclusion for someone who's so painstakingly meticulous when it comes to dealing with machine.
Ah, she heard me.
Boss! What are you doing here?
I'm now asking myself the same question. I received a letter from a humble knight of Favonius, requesting a meeting to discuss a major business deal.
Since his failed ambush, I've been racking my brains trying... We can't do this without the Curatorium. But I knew it'd be a tough job to win you over.
Wait a sec. Didn't you say this is meant to be the Knights of Favonius' meeting?
You really think he could have gotten settled in Nodcry without my help? Besides...
Allow me to introduce the current head of...
Please spare me the flattery. Let's cut to the... Well, this certainly qualifies as an...
So you're just going to...
Why should I get involved?
What if we told you?
Oh? Then I'd say, you'd better make it worth my...
I can't put a price on something like this. It's just... If you insist on compensation...
You just don't give up, do you? Too bad. I know you well enough to know you can't afford my prices. The riskier the job, the more it'll cost. And a moon chanter's stipend isn't exactly generous. Unless you're
boss. Just that things got really dangerous during the fight with Rarir. If this girl hadn't saved me, I'd be ley line fodder, but if there's any way...
This is why I'm always telling you never accept favors. They are the hardest debts to repay. You have to be careful who you get involved with, or you invite all kinds of misfortune. Very well. Yeah, Flynn's. That fragment that
Of course.
Let me borrow it.
Wait, you...
Shh.
I get it. We all have things we'd rather keep to ourselves. And that brings me to the third and final item. We need to find a way to distract him. We need time to make our move, so someone will have to stall him. I'm in for this part, no matter what.
Count me.
Come off it, you. I'm way ahead of you here. Inefa did a scan of the Moon Goddess's Kuvaki signature, and once they're ready, we'll deploy the decoys across Nodcry. So as long as the rest of you...
I like it. Genius idea.
No biggie.
All right, then. Once your team has finished their mission...
Lady Damselette. Wait. We've been doing our best to mind our own business lately.
We're not looking for any trouble.
Do I need to remind you that you're still out of consideration for our former tie?
Let them in.
But...
Are you going to make me?
No.
Sandrone.
So tell me, to what do I owe the honor this time? Actually, before you answer that, just so we're clear.
I promise it's nothing big.
It seems like you've gotten the wrong idea here. The only reason I let you in was because I was bored. It seemed like a way to kill some time and whatever miscalculations I may or may not have made in the past.
I'd like to speak with...
What? Huh? You mean the
I'd like to speak with our...
No, she's not. Once the work on this facility was completed, she went back with the Rooster and Regrator. The only ones in Nodcry are me and... What is it you need to speak to her about anyway?
Rerir is hunting me. If I'm going to face him, I must first retrieve the lost moon. Is that a no, then?
As if I need reminding.
Have you held any tea parties?
Tea parties? Yeah, obviously. You don't seriously think we'd pack it all in just because you aren't here. If anything, they've been more eventful than ever. Just me, Arlecchino.
I bet you served them the worst tea you have. Just like you
Who cares at first, Rosaline? Now you?
You'd always brew a different type of tea for me each time.
Well, duh. Why else? Watching you squirm was practically my own... Oh, yeah. And Capitano sometimes used to bring Tartaglia around, too. But I guess we won't be seeing him again. Well, I guess we are overdue for it. Have Fabronia pass a message to Arlecchino for me.
Pass along a message for me, too, if you would. My body cannot contain...
Excuse me? Who said you were on the guest list? Back when you were under the Tsaritsa's protection.
But that protection didn't come for free. In fact, I paid dearly for it. I just got tired, that's all. I never wanted any part in their grand ambitions, and I've had enough of being treated like a bottomless supply of power. It brings back memories from the old days, when I was still worshipped as the moon goddess. Centuries on.
I figured you'd leave eventually. You didn't have as much of a reason to stay as the Tsaritsa gave you shelter and protection. But that was it. Nothing more, nothing less. I get why you left. And frankly, I have no interest in but if you keep hanging around with this riffraff, the next time we cross paths, we might be enemies. That might be your plan, huh? Listen.
My lady, it's the Wild Hunt. A horde...
Another uninvited guest trying to crash my tea party. Clear the area! I'll handle this. Wait, what? You want us to leave you here by yourself? You'll be lucky to make it out of this alive. Go on, get out of here. You may have stopped... Stay and watch if you want. But it'll be at your own risk. Don't tell me what to do! Look,
Dare all you want to call him Bina.
I know.
Ugh, this is exactly why you shouldn't hang. Come on then, Mr. Ray here. It's your Wild Hunt monstrosities versus my beautiful... Polonia! I've upgraded Polonia again since our last encounter, and uploaded every
data. So let's finish this once and for...
She's not here. Where did she go?
Hey! Over here!
Curse it. Moon, go. Keep searching. She kept...
So this is your method for investigating Rarir's past?
Good deduction. But it's
Whoa!
I'm not sure exactly what you've got planned.
whenever we wish. But for some reason, I've never faced Rarir myself. I, on the other hand, am just an ordinary businesswoman.
If you ask me, you're about as far from ordinary.
Once I take a job, there's no... And also how to make sure I come... Death is the one thing we can take for...
Come on, boss. Lighten up. Quit talking about death. It's bad luck.
For once, I agree with you. When you're up against a foe like Rarir, there's no such thing. Is there anything I can do to help?
That won't be necessary.
Eh?
That shady merchant who sold you an overpriced treasure compass the other...
Come on, boss. Anyway, I know who you're talking about. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back.
Hey.
What is it? What's the big rush? You dragged me out of a dream where I was literally swimming in Mora. I'm charging double my usual attendance fee. See, look.
Dori Sangama Be.
If you want to make it big and not cry, it was back when I first arrived, and wouldn't you know it, I've been giving her a 30 plus any other friends you send my way will enjoy 10% off. What can I say? The great Lord So, let me guess. You've run into some trouble?
You guessed correctly.
The one type of gear I've never been short on, at the very least.
What if I told you it's someone with the power?
Is that so? Then we really are talking
You're...
a powerful woman, make no mistake. I can't... If you're willing to wait, I can ask her when she's here. Can't say...
Then, let me put it another way. What would you...
Of course not! I have a handy little trinket from one of my generous suppliers, which... Hold on. What exactly are you getting at? No, this is from...
Let's just say I'm borrowing it. Favors are the worst kind of debt to owe, and now...
Fine. You can borrow it for 5 days. No, make that 3. And for every extra hour after that, I'm charging you 1,000,000 Mora. Deal?
Deal.
What a way to start the day. Now, was there anything else you wanted? Or can I go back to bed now?
That will be all.
See you later!
Excellent. Everything is well and truly ready. After initiating the ceremony, your minds will follow me. So remember, don't... Now then, let us peer into the Raker of Solnari's past. I made it. I don't recognize this style of architecture. Simple furnishings. Looks like the fearsome Raker of Solnar, unless this passed for luxury in Conria. Anyway.
Hi, Reverie. Since you're working extra hours tonight, I thought I'd keep myself. I'll test it out, and if it's as good as everyone's saying, let's go back together sometime. P.S. New stash from the Universitas Magistrorum. I brought some goodies home. A few teacups and a pin rack. Hope.
They didn't sign their name, but they must have been.
I went over to Joseph's for drinks today. They have a fine collection, but I went alone. Felindis was tied up with something and couldn't make it. Joseph asked why I came alone, but I didn't really have an answer. He then went on to ask about other things. If he invites me again, chances are I'd still go.
Felindis. That's...
Crane imports keep falling. If things don't pick up, we'll soon be back to meat and mushrooms only. Honestly, I'm not a huge fan of that new type of mushroom everyone's been into lately. Didn't it start out as a lab-grown variety? I heard it's even mildly corrosive. Seriously, why would you even eat something like that? I don't care if it's an impressive feat of alchemy. That just isn't the kind of thing I like to eat.
Grain has to be imported, and they're eating a diet of mostly meat and mushrooms. Could it be because Conria is underground, so it doesn't get much sunlight? That would explain why they use so much stone in their buildings. They even use alchemically modified strains for food. Seems like the people of Conria don't have many options when it comes to dining.
I've just about saved up enough now. Time to buy it and keep it some...
Making a big purchase. He really is a professional. No wonder he's so good at covering his tracks. Despite what he's become, it seems like he's retained certain habits, at least in this regard. Did Rary rip it out himself?
Before I met you, I was convinced that my heart was nothing more than a stagnant pool. The burial place of a fallen moon. A withered, windless grove where the waters rested forever unrippled. It was you who helped me see that my heart hadn't entirely withered away.
This is just trivial sentimentality from the looks of it. The burial place...
Revere! Dane! Oh, and, Vedelfin here? What a surprise to see you here, sir.
Hello there, Revere. You need not address me so formally outside of court.
He doesn't get that much free time, so I invited him over for a drink. Even the court prophet deserves a break every now and then, right?
Well, I'm flattered.
So,
hey, don't look at me.
Come on, don't give us that. Didn't you say you were about to pop the big question? How's that coming along?
Who'd have thought the great Twilight Sword was an even greater gossip?
I just didn't expect you to be the first one to settle down and get married, that's all.
Yeah. If you told me that a few years ago, I wouldn't have believed you either.
So, are you planning to...
Sure, I'll have to tell her at some point. But I'll need to pick the right time and place. To be honest, I have no idea how she'll take it.
Come on, stop being such a pessimist. For all you know, she could be thrilled. A member of the King's Guard.
Of course he does.
Me? Same old, nothing much to... What's up?
It's nothing.
Vedelfin, Dainslift's elder brother. Renowned throughout the court of Conria as the Visionary, and said to possess a wisdom far beyond the reach of any ordinary man. And yet, despite the gulf between us, he seems to have something to say. Does he even know me? Does he... Why did he react so strongly?
Brown, curly hair and brooding blue eyes. So this is what Rerir looked like back in the day. Perfectly normal. No different from anyone else. As frightening as this monster is in the present.
Felindis? You're back early?
Our equipment's being serviced today, so I got off earlier than usual. How's your day been? Aw, why the long face?
Went for a drink with Dane and the others after work.
Isn't that a good...
Vedifilnir showed up today, too.
Ah, Mr. Vedifilnir. Yes, I've heard of him.
He overheard Dainsleif mention that I'd recently proposed.
So, you're worried? We're nobodies. Why would the Visionary be concerned about us? I'm sure someone in his position has much bigger fish to fry.
Maybe you're right.
You worry too much, Rerir. We've been together for ages now, and everything's been going so well,
So, you do remember.
Like I said, I need some time to decide. You can't just...
All right. Take your time. Just don't keep me waiting forever. Nobody's. Sounds about right. In the eyes of people like Vedifilnir and Dainsleif, what do we matter? Can someone whose gaze is so fixed on a far-flung future even see the present clearly? Meanwhile, every idea they come up with and every decision they make, it affects. The opposition tried to speak out, but nothing came of it. A man can have 1,000 reasons to carry a sword, but there are few good excuses to use it. Yet the king has never even considered a gentler approach, and what becomes of someone who kills on another's behalf? Can he ever find true peace? Felindis? There's no reason we can't keep living happily.
See? You just need to stay positive, Rerir. I can feel your warmth, your breath. You're right there, right by my side. Just seeing you makes me happy in a way I can't explain. And that's something that no one could ever take away from me. So smile, my love. Let go of that frown.
You're right, Felindis. I've just been overthinking things.
That's better. Getting caught up about things like this will only ruin our...
You go ahead. I just have a few things to take care of, then I'll come join you.
Even busier than the big shots, huh? Fine, I'll go get started.
Relax. I'll be there. Seriously, though, you drive a hard bargain. You're really gonna leave my proposal hanging and still expect me to take you to the ball?
Well, that goes without saying. I already told everyone I'd be coming with a dance partner. Besides, they're two completely different things. Let's take it one thing at a time, all right?
All right. White outfit it is.
It seems like Rerir was deliberately hiding his ties to the intelligence services. by giving the impression that he was just an ordinary member of the Finster King's Guard. He clearly doesn't want his would-be fiancée to know about his other life. Then again, that's hardly surprising. People in the intelligence trade rarely do. Who'd have thought we were in the same line of work? Let's dig a little.
Our last operation was a resounding success, and all thanks to you, Rayhir of Solnari. In total, we apprehended 32 dregs of the Crimson Moon, and 67 accomplices.
After all these years since the dynasty's fall, so many of them still linger on.
Indeed, it cannot be denied. Yet it was destiny that the Crimson Moon should be overcome by the eclipse, and that His Majesty, the all-seeing Vinster King, now guides our nation on the path to prosperity. Conria has no further need for a dead moon. But alas, there will always be those who refuse to see the truth, choosing instead to romanticize the past.
That's not entirely true. Much about the Crimson Moon era was worthy of remembrance, and that's exactly why they keep trying to see it restored. Many of its secrets remain unsolved to this day. As it happens, that's precisely the field of study my partner is devoted to.
You still haven't told her what you really do for a living.
Where would I even start? How do you tell someone that you're one of the king's hand-picked executioners? That your hands are steeped in blood?
You didn't choose this life, any more than I did. Orphans like us don't get a say.
But I'll sure as heck be the one to pay for it. Speaking of which, we need to be more rigorous in the way we identify direct descendants of the Crimson Moon. Someone, it seems, has strong opinions about my future plans. Most likely my marriage in particular. I have a feeling that we may soon become targets of the Crimson Moon's retribution.
Your concerns are not unfounded. They've taken out many of our colleagues these past few years, and for that very reason. These are no helpless lambs we're leading to the slaughter. They're wolves in sheep's clothing. Take care, Rayhir of Solnari. I look forward to toasting you at your wedding.
Thanks, Thorkel. You look after yourself, too. Thelindis, I never wanted to keep this from you. You're the last person I would ever want to lie to. But that's exactly why the Moonlit Dynasty's are a thing of the past. Yet even now, with the sun shining high in the sky, could that be why Vedalfnir held back? I have to get a clear answer from him. No matter what happens, I will protect Thelindis.
Rerir seems to be very concerned. Vedalfnir and Dainsleif, the visionary. I've investigated this whole area now. There doesn't seem... Should I try somewhere else?
So, he's late after all.
Are you waiting for someone, ma'am? Could I tempt...
Oh, sure.
Thank you. But I'm afraid none of...
For someone...
I'm only telling the truth. Look me in the eye. May we have a word in...
Who are you?
It doesn't matter who I am. Too many of our kind have fallen. Not long ago, the Rayhir of Solnari led an assault on one of our strongholds.
Sorry, I don't know why you're telling me this. And I don't want to get involved.
Wait. Hear me out. This time we finally got a clue. His name is Rayhir.
What did you say?
A cruel irony, isn't it? The man...
Why are you telling me?
Simple.
How strange. Rerir was nowhere. Rerir couldn't possibly know what happened. Why would her memories appear? The ceremony won't last much longer.
So that was your doing? Did you...
Any more questions?
I
had no idea you could do that. I gotta admit, though,
I'm just as curious as you are. But the ceremony only allows for... Luckily, we managed to learn...
So far, so good. Especially the group with the Traveler.
If you're worried about them...
If I know Boss, she's gonna need some...
Oh, they've been prowling around for nearly 2 days. Oh, they might not have seen us yet, but them constantly sweeping the air. Oh, that's never gonna work. If they spot us, they'll run straight back to... Quick, hide! We almost got spotted. Phew, that was a close call. Watch out! He's coming this way! Keep going. We're nearly there. This is the final hurdle. Oh, there's no end to these things!
Fire.
Fire? Wait, what's that smell? Oh no! There's a fire!
Sandrone was right. You look weak, Columbina. The old you would never have let such lowly creatures bar your way. Word has it that you did something for the Tsaritsa, and that's why you've lost most of your power. Freedom comes at a heavy price, doesn't it?
It's early!
Hello again, Columbina.
It's been a while.
Stupid right here of stupid Solnari. Ugh, whatever. I've got all the data I need. Next time we meet, you're finished. He sure doesn't pull his punches.
Excuse me, do you need...
You can do me a favor by staying out of my way. Wait a minute.
Hello, Miss Sandrone. Father sent us over to help.
Huh. How considerate of her. Hey, Fremine, get over here and help me fix this. Lenny, you do your thing. Just keep your sister... Nearly every machine that Catgirl touches ends up going haywire.
Then let's... You've got it.
Wait a second. Pretty sure there's still some tea in the cupboard. If you want some, you'll have to make it yourselves.
It's a relief to see you all made it back in one piece.
Huh? Feels like there's quite a few people missing. Where's Flint's and the others? And what about Nefer?
I returned ahead of them. Flint is helping Ino and...
Boss is still wrapping things up on her end. She sent us back to fill you up.
I see. Then but first, who do we have here?
Greetings. I was invited here to help as a longtime Tea Party companion.
Surely it can't be.
Those eyes.
The only Arlecchino I know is the fourth of...
You are well informed, Grandmaster. A man from Mondstadt living all...
Oh, the feeling's mutual. Sounds like you know all about who I am, too.
A Fatui harp.
The atmosphere in here just got really tense.
I must admit, though, I'm a little curious. Seeing as the moon goddess no...
Nor does Nodcry belong to Mondstadt, Mr. Varka. Things don't always have to have a tangible payoff. Of course, I can't say there's nothing in it for me at all. But that's between Columbina and myself.
Forgive me. I don't mean to doubt you. It's just that the Fatui really have been the source of many of our troubles. We have our own way of doing things here in Nodcry.
I know there's been a lot of bad blood between us in the past. I've done my... That's why I'm here solely in a personal... As a gesture of good faith. I'll be frank. I can help Columbina track... Anyway, what else is on the agenda?
She says she'll be frank, then completely skips over... But she clearly wants to change the subject. It'd be awkward if I tried to bring it up again now. I guess we'll just have to go along with it. She's the
Well, since Miss Arlecchino sounds confident in her ability to
All right, listen up, everyone. First, we now know that Rerir was originally a Conrian secret agent whose primary mission was to hunt down and assassinate the so-called Dregs of the Crimson Moon.
The Dregs of the Crimson Moon?
Mm-hmm. In the memories, there was a lot of talk about the Crimson Moon and Eclipse, and a whole bunch of other stuff from the time of Conria.
To my knowledge, those were the names of two different Conrian dynasties. Long, long ago, it is said that the people of Conria worshipped the Crimson Moon, drawing a mysterious power from its reflection. But one day, a coup saw the Crimson Moon eclipsed, hence the name of the new dynasty that replaced it, and how it became the new emblem of Conria.
Still, long after the Crimson Moon dynasty had fallen, the last ruler of the Eclipse dynasty, the Vinster King, still coveted the secrets it left behind. So, he sent the Rehir of Solnari to secretly hunt down the Crimson Moon's few remaining followers. In those days, Rerir showed no signs of madness. In fact, he was as normal as any other person. Oh, and he had a fiancé, or at least a would-be fiancé, called Tholindis. What's the matter?
Verfnir, Vreindaughter, Flinders.
Interesting. Anything else?
Well, she was a researcher at the university.
Oh, and one more thing. For some reason, Rerir's fragment also contains some of Tholindis' memories, though only a very small portion.
Well, no shortage of potential leads, I'll give you that. In any case, it sounds like we can conclude that while Tholindis was still around, Rerir appeared to be lucid and quite normal. Tholindis, it seems, must have been the one thing in this world that he couldn't let go of. Tell me, though, were these pure-blood Conrians we're talking about here?
Why do you need to know that? Hold on. If she was a pure-blood Conrian... Oh yeah! Just like how it was with the captain!
If we could somehow find her, do you think there's any chance Rerir might regain some of his sanity?
It's possible. But it would take a miracle. We can't pin all our hopes on that. That merchant who never knows. Doris?
Alright then. Let's keep working on Traveler, Paimon, Kutar, and Miss Arlecchino. We'll go look for... As for the other...
On the way over here, I noticed that the Wild Hunt monsters had grown even... At this rate, the people living here will be in grave danger.
I'll head back to the curatorium and...
Feels good knowing we've all got something to be getting on with. Given that the Wild Hunt has been a lot more active lately, the Lightkeepers have likely begun their own operations too. If that is the case, someone will need to pass the news on to Flint's. I'll hold the fort for now. Then discuss our next move with Flint's, Ino, and Anefa when they get back.
Alright! Well, the clock's ticking. If that's everything, we'll be...
We'd better get moving too. We'll try to buy you as much time as we can.
Relax. Just do your thing. Now, I decided to call in some backup since things are getting so hairy. Our reinforcements... Stay safe, everyone. Dismissed.
We're back. Did we get...
A tad late. The others have everything going...
Not great. I don't know how long we can stall them. I'm gonna make some more later, but I need a timeout first. I'm so tired right... Oh, right! Enough...
Sure. Uncle Varka, you previously told us about how when you went to embed... But according to Flint's intel, several outbreaks of the wild... That was before Rerir had regained his body, when he was far from regaining his full strength. In other words, in theory at least, he still lacked the means to act in two places at once.
Flint's. With everything that's been happening, the Lightkeepers across Nodcry are rallying... I know. I'm sure you're capable of coming up with something. And Efa and I will head back over to Amsfardnir to see if there's anything I missed.
I told you!
Database updated.
It's the obvious choice, isn't it? That's hardly worth betting on.
We already decided that Anefa should go investigate the situation over at Someone needs to hang back and oversee our strategy meetings. And besides, you still...
So I've ended up with the easiest assignment.
Here, this will serve as a good...
Arlecchino, hold up a second! Since you brought us all this way, we still haven't got the slightest...
Simple. Because I am an inheritor of the royal bloodline of the Crimson Moon. And one of the last surviving embers of the Two Worlds' flames.
Huh? Are you serious? Isn't...
Your surprise is understandable. I was also taken aback when I first learned of it. But the more I thought about it, the more I realized... The signs had been there all along. When I was young, I discovered I could wield a very special kind of fire. It coursed like blood. What's more, whenever I experienced strong bursts of emotion... Exactly. That is why my hands are like this, too. At first, I saw it only as a curse. But once I became together with my own investigations, over the past few years, for instance, take the so-called Crimson Moon. In truth, it is nothing more than the shattered remnants of the iridescent moon, fused with the abyss to prolong its lifespan. Since this blood flame was bestowed upon me by the Crimson Moon, it is you all understand the nature of the abyss well enough. I draw upon its power.
If I recall correctly, you once told me that if the...
Yes. And that's the reason I'm always careful not to push my power too far. It's essentially a never-ending tug of war.
Whew.
Anyway, the rest of my story...
Paimon has a question! So, the Crimson... Does that mean that the Karians...
So much of that history has been lost. We have no way of knowing exactly what they were like, but I would suspect that the Conrians weren't as devout in their moon worship as it might appear. Later on, perhaps someone discovered a way to make direct contact with the Abyss. Or maybe there was some kind of ideological divide. Either way, a dissenting faction staged a coup, and still, even with the dark sun looming high overhead...
The first time we met, I sensed something familiar in your... when I looked at you.
Well, I appreciate that you kept it to yourself. Much about the Crimson Moon. Anyway, time is against us here, so if there's any other... I just want to make sure I've got one thing straight. In her letters, Sandrone mentioned that since you are unable to contain the iridescent moons...
That's right. The iridescent moon is already part of who you are. So with its marrow and...
Deal. Then let's get started.
Get what started?
When I first became a Harbinger, the Jester gave me a book called Harry. You should be able to buy a copy next time you're in Fontaine. It's a love story in the Crimson Moon era, or so the story goes.
Beyond the bounds of this world?
The Crimson Moon Sages looked beyond this world for beings with powers that they made these children crawl up a fireplace and kept asking them, "Have you died? Did you see it?" Until they finally... The adults embraced the children who passed the ritual, telling them, with the book leaves much unsaid. But
That explains why I can't sense the Crimson Moon's marrow in this world. It makes sense that it would be sealed in a special space.
There's no fireplace here!
That won't be necessary. The fireplace is purely symbolic. The key to the ritual is crossing the flames. Those burned away by such flames leave behind a kind of ghostly afterimage in the world. In short, I can open a passage to that space. The catch is I'll need to stay on this side to keep the passage... Very well. Then
Traveler, spare me a little more moonlight. Thank you. I feel like I've recovered some of my strength now. It should...
Mistress of the seven hues of ages past, great mother of the present, crimson-clad sovereign of the two realms, by fire severed, by fire renewed, I offer myself now and beseech your descent. One word of advice. As you're crossing over, no matter what voices you hear, do not answer.
Got it!
I sense a sinister gloom inside, but also the familiar light of the moon. I feel that I am about to meet an old friend who has changed beyond all recognition.
I sense your presence, and craving death and rebirth. Wait, why are you? You have crossed over from another world, transcended fate itself. I have no right to. Hey, look up at the sky! A red moon! This must be the spot, right? Is that the abyss?
What a tragic sight. Fragments of your broken body, seized by the abyss.
Careful! There's something I'm up. By the way, Calvina, didn't you tell us that the iridescent moon had shattered into pieces? The moon up there looks pretty whole to Paimon. How is that possible?
Bow your head.
Just like I thought. It was only a facade.
Let the mighty be humbled. Bow your head. Have a safe trip.
Be silent. To dust.
Silence!
Huh? Huh? For real? That's way too high! There's no way we'll be able to reach it!
No. I'm not sensing anything up there. It's coming from under the mountain.
Let's see... Ah! There's some kind of weird shit. Wait, see that? Looks like a mechanism of some sort. Let's check it out! Looks like a device from the time of Kalia. Maybe people once came here to study the Crimson Moon's grenade, and they left this behind. Oh, if we can activate it, we might find some clues. Hey, look at that. Do you think these mechanisms...
Felindis, we'll leave the rest of the research in your hands. We'll be heading back now.
I hope this isn't ruining date night.
Ugh. Mind your own business. Just leave me some snacks on the table.
Felindis? Is that Rear's girlfriend? Oh, yeah. So, do you think she was studying this strange space all along?
The abyss has made this space. Maybe that's why some of the things she said and did were preserved here.
Whenever I see this view, I take waning moon, oh lifeless damsel, weeping on the mountain crest, mourning still in wistful tone. For me, of all people, to be here investigating the mysteries of the Crimson Moon space. Is it a coincidence? Or something more?
Oh, looks like the abyss has messed up this mechanism. We need to find a way to get it working again. Let's see if there are any other devices nearby.
The tides beckon.
silent.
10 points for agility.
I see. So the moon marrow, or rather the power of the 3 moons, is the key to unlocking. If it really does exist, then maybe this madness can finally be put to an end.
Are you running away?
With the Abyss inhibitors in place, I should be able to act. Oh, Rerir. With every step you take, you're drifting further from what you truly desire. But you're not the root of the problem. Ever since that outsider set foot in Conria, the Vinster King has sunken deeper into madness. If only I could get my hands on that outsider.
Hey, look! The moon's reflection is back to normal! Elendis' voice mentioned a chamber with the moon.
It must be.
Then there's no time to lose! These things are so creepy! Looks like we'll have to destroy them if we want to get to the iridescent moon's marrow. That must be the iridescent moon's marrow! Oh, we'll need to destroy these things before we can reach it!
Settle down!
Observe.
Ha!
10 points for agility.
Get a little chilly. Bow your head.
The iridescent moon's marrow. Still burning away. If we can purify the abyssal... And so...
Huh?
At long last. I'm sorry. I lied to you. The moment the moon shattered, my body began to split apart piece by piece. Tell me, what? You look so puzzled. But trust me when I...
What was that all about? It sounded like she was speaking to a long...
Perhaps. She took me for the goddess for a fading soul like hers.
But anyway, we've got the... Alright. That's odd. This place looks different than when we came in.
Waning moon.
Huh?
Oh, lifeless damsel.
Oh. Hurry! The place is collapsing!
It wants to trap us here.
Who's it? The Abyss?
Now we've taken the moon marrow. All that's left here is a dark will. It will show us no mercy.
Give it back! The Crimson Moons! My marrow! My heart! Finally! Huh? Oh no! The exit's blocked! They're back! Now what do we do?
This is where you fall. Witness my rise.
Hey,
What are you waiting for?
Oh, is that you? Or wait, your hands!
Oh, this? Don't worry. It's a small price to... The Abyss wanted to trap you inside, and I defied its will by bringing you... No. I have paid the price, albeit a small one, and it cannot be undone. My hands have...
Oh.
As much as I'd like to call it a favor, the truth...
Yes, you did your part. And as promised, I will leave the iridescent moon's marrow in your care.
I'll take that as a blessing. Now... Feeling stronger?
Hey, Columbina!
By the Frost Moon's authority alone, wielding the power of the other moons was always going to be a stretch. Still, I think it's fair.
It's still not enough. There's no way I can hope to challenge Rayrear like this. Just one more ray of moonlight. It's okay.
How about now?
At the very least, I want to see him gone from Not Cry.
Well, it's good to have something to... When I first met you, you didn't strike me as a ray of moon. But now, you're full of vitality. Just like the Frost Moon, once the brightest of them all. May you keep shining, Columbina.
Thank you. Look after yourself too, Arlecchino. I know you have plans of your own, but whatever you're after, don't let the Abyss take a hold of you. I do not wish to see you go down the same path as Rayrear.
I appreciate the concern, Columbina.
A new name?
Kutar, the Moon Maiden, Columbina. They're nothing more than code names. They describe who she is and the roles she's played, but they're not her real name. We often use code names in the House of the Hearth, too. But it's knowing your real name that keeps you grounded. All I'll say is this. Once you've defeated Rerir, give it some thought. All right, that's it from me. I'll get you. I appreciate the gesture. It speaks to your good...
It was a close call, but we got the iridescent moon's marrow and restored Columbina's strength. And that... In other words, mission... Do you think the others... Oh, hey, look! The plants! Look!
All is well, thank you. Nefer and Yehoda had to stay at the
I ran into Miss Anefa and Miss Aino on the way back.
You seem rather...
I certainly am. I achieved what I set out. Fighting alone can get quite tedious.
We meet again. How have you been?
Albedo! What are you doing here?
Thankfully, tracking you down turned out to be a lot simpler than we envisaged.
These two courageously lent me a hand while I was fighting the Wild Hunt. And given how people of outstanding...
So? Who's your travel...
Why don't you come and introduce yourself?
A gentleman of few words.
It's nice to meet you. Again. We've technically met before. That's right. It's me. I'm glad to see you again.
By the way, he says it's okay if you...
Yeah, I'm not as...
Interesting, isn't it? The first step towards blending into humans.
Wow! You look so different!
Thank you, Paimon.
Wow! You're such a smooth talker now!
Personally, I think when people call her Little
You're absolutely right, Miss Lauma.
Anyway...
she's been catching up with old friends.
Uh-oh. People are talking about me?
Judging from your expressions, I'm guessing it all went well?
It's getting crowded here.
No need. This?
Thank you for your hospitality, ladies and gentlemen, but I'll be meeting Sandrone shortly.
We really appreciate your help.
Oh, come on. Spare the formalities.
I understand. Well...
Oh, this place is hopping. It's probably a good thing.
Are you saying we're about to run out of chairs?
As a matter of fact, I am. Come on in and see for yourself. I overheard your little chit-chat outside, by the way. With Miss Though, it looks like we have another new face. Someone else managed to rope in a colleague, too?
Frankly, you and Paimon are the only people I know here.
This here is Deanslip, colleague of Tibet's...
When someone else jumps in to do...
Let's hear what he has to say.
Notice...
When he comes looking for us, it's usually something...
From the looks of it, you're about to hold a meeting. If I were to say...
As the saying goes, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. Though, I can't promise...
After all this time apart...
Is he being sarcastic?
Hey, he's your brother. Why are you asking us?
I've still got a lot to learn about the nuances of human conversation. Trying to decipher Albedo's way of speaking.
Oh, good point. Paimon gets you.
I wonder what's taking Nefer so long.
Perhaps you should go and check in with her.
I just got back from the curatorium.
Miss Nefer doesn't strike me as the type to share secrets under such circumstances.
Oh, but it's fine for me.
What can I say?
Impressive. She barely
As I'm sure Miss Lauma will realize.
Another trick is to simply hide in the background.
Spoken like a
Anyway, looks like we've got some time. Feel free to chat amongst yourselves.
Is there something you'd like to say to me?
Yeah, for starters.
If you think back to our previous interactions, you may recall that that's hardly out of character for me.
You do have a point there. Oh yeah, you'll need to
Sure,
Great! Paimon will... and in return...
if that's what you had in mind.
Oh, okay, anyway.
Indeed.
You're both awfully quiet. Have either of you ever had your portrait painted?
That sounds like a lovely idea.
I dabble occasionally.
He's an excellent painter. Tables, chairs, people, dragons, you name it. He'll paint it for you.
I'm flattered.
If I ever get the chance.
I'll bear that in mind.
Oh, I'd be fine with anything. Whatever style feels best to you.
Very well. Then I'll play it by ear.
You can replicate any style I want?
I can try. If you show me a sample, I'll do...
Thank you. In that case, I'll dig up some reference material.
Truth be told, I can't remember the last time I was in a meeting with so many people.
You're not alone there, my friend.
I don't doubt that.
Itlua is a good apple. I'll give him that. He's kind, honest, and regularly delivers supplies to my lighthouse. A true ratnik to the core.
So you're what? Come on, what?
Sorry. I'm not even gonna bother trying to hide it. You've known all along, haven't you? Now,
let's just keep this between ourselves.
That goes without saying.
Anyone else in the know?
It's dangerous being too sharp for one's own good, you know.
Then, in the name of the Animo Archon
When we went for drinks, you said that...
Of course. Just as long as you don't...
Fair enough, then.
Ah, Miss Nefer. You made it after all. But what about Yehoda?
I'm here to give you an update on how things are going on our end. Once...
So much for...
Not so loud!
I didn't say anything. Right, Flint's?
Must have...
Anyway, before we begin, there's a few... first up, we have Miss Lauma. As Moon Chanter, she's the leader of the Frost Moon Scions, a local religious community in Nodcry. Then there's Miss Nefer, boss of the Curatorium of Secrets, an intel gatherer extraordinaire. Nefer is leading the investigation into Rerer's background, assisted by Yehoda and Lauma. From the little... Over here, we have Mr. Flint's, a ratnik and guardian of the abandoned... For those of you who've never met, this is Mr. Albedo, a renowned alchemist and captain of the Knights of Favonius. Next up, we have the Moon Maiden and... Then we have the Traveler, who's earned more titles than I could possibly hope to list out, so I'll spare you the rundown. And Paimon, the ultimate travel...
Whoa! That's a lot of people.
Miss Nefer, it looks like you might have another job.
You think I haven't got enough...
That would be me, Miss Nefer. I have a
And you are...
Who I am doesn't matter right now.
Well, it's not as if we never take on an... Conrian, I assume. And what's with the mask? Are you trying to hide your identity? In any case, the fact that you're even still alive raises an awful lot of questions for me.
My name is Dainsleif. And yes, I am from Conria. As I'm sure you're aware, the Raker of Solnari's real name is Rerir. He was once an acquaintance of mine.
Really? Then you must have been quite an influential figure yourself.
You flatter me, but none of that matters anymore. My point.
So you're both from Conria, and it sounds like you used to be friends. What am I missing here? Surely you already know how he became one of the Five Sinners.
I'll tell you everything I know. The history of Conria, the names and identities of the Five Sinners. I have never spoken openly of this before. But the truth was exactly as people say. The Five Sinners were each driven by their own desires, and it was by playing upon these that the Abyss tempted them to their fall, tearing Conria apart in the process. The visionary, Vedifenir, who wished to foretell the future. The wise, Haroptatir, who sought limitless knowledge. Gold, Rhindaughter, who desired to create life. The foul, Surtologi, who pursued supreme strength. And last, but not least, Raker of Solnari, Rerir, Ravager of the Moon. Of the five, Rerir is the only one who remains a mystery to me. He never harbored grand ambitions. So what changed in the space of a single night? How did he come to fall like the others?
In other words, you're saying that his change came as a shock to you, and you have no idea what actually happened?
That's right.
You mentioned how the Abyss tempted them, which led to their fall.
Strangely, now that it the fateful night took place during the era of the Eclipse Dynasty. One day, my elder brother, the visionary, Vedifenir, was summoned to the palace by the Vinster King, only for the king to gouge out his eyes and cast him into the dungeons. When I came to hear of this, my fury knew no bounds. I gathered together every ally I thought I had, and together, we set a night to storm the palace and free Ved. Centuries on, the memories of that night still haunt. But then, I was betrayed. Even Vedifenir, the very person I had come to rescue, abandoned me and partook of the Abyss's power.
So, it's personal after all. Then tell me, Mr. Danes.
I cannot say what price would be worthy of such a commission. But know this. Rerir was not always a madman. Believe it or not, there was a time when he was just an ordinary man, working for the Conrian Intelligence Service. Uncovering the truth of Rerir's past is the only way to unravel this mystery.
Sounds pretty good to me. Feels like we just flagged down a random passerby, only...
Can I borrow your...
Hey, enough with the wisecracks!
Relax. It was meant to be a compliment.
I'll give your proposal some serious thought, Mr. Danesley.
Before that, there's a few things I'd like to share.
Now that we've united the hearts of the Three Moons, your power should be greatly enhanced.
You've done so much for me, so I want to be completely honest with you all. From the moment I was born, so far, I have yet to find even so.
Kutar.
Defeating the Raher of Solnari will be no...
Naturally.
We've considered several viable plans now. But is it even possible to kill Rerir? What experiences shape the person or monster? Given Albedo's expertise in alchemy, I think we should leave...
Understood.
As for the other two, I'm afraid we'll have to count on you again, Miss Nefer. Believe me when I...
So you're placing all your hope...
We can't thank you enough for agreeing to help us.
You sure have a talent for changing your tune, Miss Moonchanter. Timid like you hope.
Ladies, please.
I almost don't want to leave this room. I'm curious to see how this plays out.
I have faith in you, Miss Nefer. Something tells me you'll stand by us and...
Oh? And what makes you so sure of that? What if I suddenly decide that my compensation is insufficient?
This isn't about the money. I can sense that you've got a deep-seated distaste for Rerir. And knowing you, that alone is motive enough.
Look at them getting along so...
And I'm the one they accuse of insincere flattery. There is no justice.
Miss Lauma, you have to understand something. Unlike you, I don't actually enjoy having everyone's hopes on my shoulders.
Is that right? Well, maybe the fact that I'm willing to put my hopes in other people says more about me than you.
Anyway, we've got our plan, so let's get moving. Mr. Dainsleif, let's talk. And Traveler, once we're finished, if you've nothing else planned, I'd like you to come with me.
This whole experience is teaching me a lot. For instance, I now know that when other issues come up in the future, I'll have far more luck getting Lauma to convince Miss Nefer than trying to do it myself.
Hate to say it, friend, but that's one of the funniest things I've heard in a while.
Why? You think I've got it wrong?
Quite the opposite. But what makes it so hilarious is how long it's taken you to realize.
Thank you for waiting.
It's okay. We actually used the time to help Dainsleif get a room at the hotel.
That's very considerate. Now, I trust you share my curiosity. We spoke at some length after the meeting. He was the one who suggested I should invite you.
Dane has a lot of faith in us, that's for sure.
Likewise. I appreciate that you got right on board without interrogating me about why I...
That's because we...
That's one way to put it. Alright, so here's how it is. I'm going to access Rerir's thoughts again. The reason I've gathered you all here is to ensure my safety during the... Think of this as... once the ceremony begins, we will all be spying on Lastly, any individuals of a weaker constitution are advised...
Well, good luck!
There's a little more to it than that. I was being serious when I said you have a job to do. While the rest of us are inside Rerir's mind, in the event that something goes wrong, you will be our first responder.
I second that.
So, Paimon...
Good. Please.
So, did Mr. Dainsleif tell you anything else?
He told me that he believes Rerir kept some big secrets in his life. He's not
But surely you're not planning to go...
If you think that, you'd be over. But I do have my own professional reasons for taking this job. You think I'd turn down the opportunity to get a first-hand glimpse into Conrian history?
Well, as long as you...
You're...
All right.
All set over here, too.
Promise, Paimon, you'll be extra...
All right. Close your eyes. Phew. Could this be his office? Pretty standard setup. According to Dainsleif, Rerir used to be an... Is this where you keep your secrets? A file tucked... It's... But at this stage, I have no idea who any of... Wonder what kind of encryption technique this is. Aha!
Please, hear me out. I can't shake this feeling that someone's been... I saw someone dressed in all black. It was a couple of days back, but that was on another street, not near my house. I swear, I know what I saw!
There's a note in the margin. Surveillance of the run for their resident. Could the voice in the recording belong? A box containing a ring. Must be for his girlfriend. He looks even gloomier than last time. I wonder what's changed.
Today's files are in. Time to wade through them, just like usual.